Hello everybody, it's been a little while since I've done a color and chat, so welcome back to another color and chat with Coloring with Haley. Today we're going to work in 50 Winter Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. I just got this book in this month, and I thought we would do this Christmas tree because, as of me filming, it is just a few days before Christmas. So, I thought we would do this one. And hopefully it's going to come out nice, and hopefully I'm not in the camera too much. There we go, I think that's better. So I have an idea to do the ornaments in glitter, and hopefully that'll work out. And I don't normally color snow. There is some snow on this tree. I just kind of go over it with one of my light gray markers so that it looks like there's a little bit of a shadow on the snow, and call it a day. I don't have any clear glitter gel pens. If I did, I might do that. But I'm not sure if I would do it on this picture because this picture is going to have a lot of glitter on it as is. So, I posted a picture on Instagram of our little Christmas tree. Since we have such a small house right now, that's kind of the biggest one I can get. My mother always puts up a big tree. And it's all nicely decorated, and that's where we will be going on Christmas. We spend it with my mother. It's actually, for us, Christmas is very similar to Thanksgiving. Christmas dinner is actually the same as Thanksgiving. Since we have a ham on Thanksgiving, because we don't like turkey, we also have a ham on Christmas. I think that's a little bit more traditional, is to have a ham on Christmas. But we do have that, and we have dressing again. And all the fixins, just like on Thanksgiving. And it's just us. We've never had a big Christmas either. This wasn't how our family did things. You know, I'll see aunts and uncles eventually later on. Just how we've always celebrated. When I was a little kid, I always opened my presents from my parents on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve evening, technically, really. Like late at night. After we had dinner, I would open all my gifts from them. And then on Christmas, I would open my stocking and I would get the presents under the tree that were from Santa. So I got 2 days of gifts. And nowadays, my parents do like to give us gifts on Christmas Eve. That's still when I open my presents. And I don't know what they've got me. I told them to just look at my Amazon wish list because really, other than coloring books and model horses, I don't really collect anything, and we kind of have everything we need for the house, you know. We didn't need any new appliances or anything. Our microwave went out sometime in spring, and we bought a new microwave immediately because we kind of use it a lot. But there wasn't really anything we needed. So that's what I asked for. I still want a PlayStation 5, and I was going to buy one with my own money as a Christmas gift to myself. But if you've been trying to buy a PlayStation for your family or maybe for yourself, you know how crazy difficult it has been to get one. It has been nearly impossible. So, I've given up on that. I will get it sometime next year for myself. Plus, you know, I wouldn't have too long to play on it really. So as you may know if you've watched my previous videos, in January I've kind of got a loaded schedule for college. And I start back on the 19th. They give us a little more of a break in January. But I have to do a class that's called expository writing, and I'm dreading it. I would say that I'm a pretty good writer. I think I can tap out an essay pretty easy. They're not fun, and I don't like writing them. But I don't struggle with it like some people do. Math is more a thing that I struggle with. But my problem with this class is that workload is heavy. It's an 8-week class, and every other week we have to write a 4 to 5 page essay. That's 4 essays in 8 weeks, along with whatever other work I'm assigned in the other classes that I'm taking, and it's just a lot of work. And this was a class that I had to take to graduate, so it's something I can skip around. And it's like writing research papers, so it's not like creative writing where you could just kind of sit down and write something. You know, I actually have to have sources to back up claims that I make in the paper, and so that takes more effort. I don't know, I'm just dreading the class. So I'm just trying to enjoy my time and relax. I haven't really done anything festive this year. I did make fudge for the first time ever. It turned out good. I used the carnation milk recipe. I have never made fudge before, even though I like to bake. I mean things like cakes and pies, cookies, tarts, brownies. You know, I love making sweets like that. I've never made candy before. Don't know why, just never tried it. So this year I made fudge, and I think it turned out really good. And so I've been giving fudge to everyone because the recipe I used made 1.5 pounds of fudge, and I can't eat that much fudge. That's a little bit too much because fudge is so rich and sweet. That's kind of the only festive thing I've done. Oh well. We just got back from the tour of lights this evening. So where I live on a lake. Well, I don't live directly on it, I live near it. And it's kind of a big touristy location in the summer. A lot of people come to the lake to fish and boat and just set out on the lake and do whatever. So we have a lot of campgrounds. And the campgrounds are closed in the winter. No one comes to boat in the winter. So the Army Corps of Engineers, the people that like maintain the lake, I don't know if they're like part of the Forest Service or something, but they do maintain the lake and the wildlife around it, so you think they'd have to be. They always have a tour of lights at one of the campgrounds. They shut down this campground that, it goes like a cul-de-sac, like it's a big loop. And they shut it down every year. And companies that work around here, you know, people that work at the lake that sell food and people that sell fishing supplies and stuff, all get to buy a little square plot at this, and they can decorate it with whatever lights and trees and figures and everything they want. And the Army Corps puts up a big display too. And it's free to go through, but at the end they do encourage you to donate to the Army Corps to help maintain the lake, because it's all, you know, they just run it out of pocket, and to help maintain little events like that. And so we went to it and we donated. It was very nice this year. They had some new different setups, like some new companies have came in that I haven't seen set up before. So that's nice. There were a lot, of course, because we do live on it's a drive-through thing, by the way, because it is cold out right now. Because we do live near a lake, there were a lot of inflatable Santas in fishing boats. That was a pretty common one. There were lots of Santas in RVs as well. And the companies always put up like a little sign advertising who set up their lights. Just a creative way to advertise your company. Just to put up all these Christmas lights and decorate, and everyone can go through and see them. And lots of Santas with reindeer, because a lot of hunting companies put up stuff. They had some nice big displays this year, though. They actually ran a contest this year where the people, as you went through, you got to vote on which setup was your favorite. And my favorite was, personally, the local co-op had a big propane truck out, the trucks that they fill with propane, and take them around to houses to refill the propane tanks that sit out front. They had taken the truck and they had wrapped the entire truck in these like off-white, yellowish color flashing lights. And there had to be a ton of lights on this truck because, you know, it's a big truck. They wrapped it all the way around the truck and all the way around the tank. And it was just a really pretty setup. I just thought it was kind of a creative way to advertise their services. And I thought it looked really, really pretty as well. And of course there was a Santa hanging out in the front of the truck. There were lots of nativity scenes too. A lot of the local churches buy a plot and put up their nativity scenes. There were probably 10 different nativity scenes that we went by. Some of them were really, really pretty. A lot of people put up their own hand-painted signs, so saw a lot of Rudolph, and, you know, it was like the, I don't know if it's claymation or stop motion, the old Rudolph movie. Like, it looked exactly like that, and they also had Frosty the Snowman, some signs that some people had painted up and illuminated by the lights. Anyway, they run it from the beginning of December until, like, New Year's Day, I think, so everyone has plenty of time to go through it. And it was nice this year. Lots of new setups, lots of big setups, lots of penguins and igloos, stuff that's very cute. And they do have one, though. There's one nativity scene that It's got a thing up that says, you know, like, Jesus is always watching. And they've got, it's creepy. It creeped me out as a little kid, too. I can remember the setup. In front of their nativity scene, they have a little Jesus statue. But, it's like one of those mind trick Jesus statues. So as you drive by it, it looks like its head turns and watches you. And I get the idea, you know, Jesus is always watching you, but it's creepy. It was a little creepy to me. It was definitely creepy to me as a little kid. It's a neat idea, but it's a little scary. But we had fun, and at the end, they have Santa giving out candy canes to the kids. And I'll tell you, I don't like mint. Never have. So I don't really like candy canes. Don't really like, you know, peppermint hot chocolate and things like that. Even though I did go for the nice candy cane background for Christmas, I don't like mint. You wouldn't catch me eating it. Now, I do like the candy canes. Here in the States, we have candy canes that are, different flavors, you know, different brands do different ones. And I think it might be Sweet Tarts that I like so much. The ones that I like are sour and cherry flavored, because I really love sour candy. So those are the candy canes that I will eat. I don't like the mint ones. I don't like wintergreen either. It tastes like mint to me. It's the same thing. I don't know if it's supposed to be a different flavor technically or not. But for me, it's the same flavor. So yeah, we're gearing up to get ready to go to my parents' house soon and celebrate, have a big dinner, open presents, and then just kind of lay low and take some more time off until we are starting the next semester of college, which hopefully won't be too bad, but I don't know. The writing class seems like it's going to be a lot of work. I think that we're also going to have a fish fry with Doug's family. That's what they do for Christmas. I'm not really a big fish fan. I'll eat salmon, and I'll eat other seafood like crab and clams and oysters. Not raw though, but I will eat it. But salmon's the only fish that I can eat. I don't like other fish, but I'll eat all the other fried foods. So, fish fries seem to be more of a traditional, common thing around here for Christmas, since we do live near a large lake. You know, a lot of people go fishing, and then that's what they have for dinner. Similar to Thanksgiving, go out hunting for turkey, you know. Same idea. Not in my family, though, we do ham. And I'll probably bake a dessert for Christmas, even though I already made fudge. I'll probably bake some kind of cake or pie. I've never made a fruit cake. I don't like fruit cake either. Not really my thing. I don't like maraschino cherries, and those are usually in fruit cake. But I will bake something for the holidays. I think last year I made chocolate chip and cherry bread pudding, and I know everyone really liked that. But I might also make a St. Louis style butter cake, because I know that that is my parents' favorite dessert. I need to make something to take over there, I think. Just not sure what. Yet, at least. I've got to figure it out soon, though. It has been too crowded to really go anywhere, also. I had to go out and get dog food the other day, and that was just crazy. I did pick up my dog a gift. I do get him a gift for Christmas because he is spoiled. The reptiles are getting food. They don't really need toys or anything. But I did get the dog a gift. When I went to get him food, I guess perhaps the pet store was crowded because they were having a big sale. I don't know if it was some kind of holiday sale or not. But if you remember, everything was half off. And of course, I'm a member at the pet store. They know my phone number by heart, because that's what you enter for your membership. I'm there all the time, of course, because I have so many animals that they know me well, and they know what I own. Of course they do. I'm sure that's how some of you are at Michael's. The people at the pet store know me very well. But, yeah, I was there, and since everything was half off, I decided I'd go ahead and just get him a gift at the pet store, rather than ordering it from Chewy.com. So I got him a toy that crinkles instead of squeaking, because if I give him a toy that squeaks, he'll just sit there and squeak it over and over and over and over and over. And it'll drive me crazy. And then I bought him some treats as well. And I put them in his stocking on Instagram in the picture of our Christmas tree, you can see his stocking in the background. Okay, so I'm not sure what color I want to do the presents and the garland in. I think, okay, I have a color up here that is like, it's kind of like a faux gold color. It's not shimmery, but it kind of looks like gold. I think it's this one. So we're going to do the garland in that color, and, well, no, let's do the garland in red and put some of that color on the presents maybe. Do the presents in that in blue, perhaps? I think of green and red as being like the Christmas colors. But I know, of course, there are more colors that you could use for Christmas. I think that's going to look good. My hand's kind of in the way right now. But I think once we're done, it'll look good. So next year, I'm going to be joining the Coloring Diva for a color along. She emailed me and asked me if I'd like to join. She's hosting it. It's going to be in a Hannah Lynn book, and I will have more details about that out later. I'm going to post a whole video about that. I have to get the book ordered, but I was going to wait until after I open all my gifts to see what I'm getting. I got a new pair of shoes from Doug. There's been a pair of Fila, I think is how you pronounce it, branded shoes that I've been wanting for a while, and he ordered those for me. But I have no idea what my parents got me, so we'll have to wait and see. And once I order the book and it comes in, I'll do the video about it. And I'll put a link to her channel down below so you can visit it. And it'll be the Hannah Lynn color along, which she has posted a video about already. And I was going to do a flip through the book and talk about how I was going to be joining it as well. Just because I think it'll be a fun color along that lasts all year to do. It'll be my first time participating in such a long color along. And I am still going to try to finish the Chibi Girls book. The Chibi Girls Grayscale book from Jade Summer. It's just the first one that they released that has book 1 and 2, not the one with like 100 pictures in it. I'm halfway there. I counted out how many I still need to do, and with the amount that I've colored this month, I'm now halfway there. So if I keep doing right at about 2 pages a month, then I would finish it this time next year. And it would be my first, like, regular coloring book that I've ever completed, because I have completed some color by number books before, but not a, like, actual regular coloring book where I pick out the colors and everything. And I posted about that in my books to finish in 2021, which I was a little ambitious with, but it's more so just a books that I would like to finish sometime in 2021, because I posted so many. You know, it's just a collection of books that I want to see finished. And speaking of which, I thought, oh, you know, now that I've listed out all these books that I want to finish, this month I'm going to color a picture in every one of them, and I think I got through like 5 of them, and then I haven't picked any of them up again, and I started coloring in this book a lot. So, you know, that's going well already. I don't think I'll meet the goal, but we'll see what happens. I would at least like to finish a few, and in the stained glass coloring book, the mouse one, I think that one, here, let me grab it. I think that it's also 25 pictures. Let me look in the front of it here. I think it says, it's 30. Okay, it's 30 pictures. And I've been doing 2 or 3 a month in that one as well, and I would like to finish it because I just think it's a really cute book, and I've been obsessed with it lately. I do think I could realistically finish that one next month, as well as if I keep going how I've been going. If you watch my finished pages for each month video, you'll notice that I color a lot in that one, and I color a lot in the Chibi Girls each month, and it's because I'm really dedicated to finishing those books. So if I keep going the way I'm going, and have been going, by coloring at least 2 pictures out of each of them each month, then, you know, I can finish those. And it's not, like, out of my schedule, really, to color out of those each month, because I've already been coloring out of them monthly for a while now. So, I have to say, I do like having the Chibi Girls book spiral bound. And I talked about doing the Kawaii Girls one too. And I might attempt it. I think I've only colored 3 or 4 pages in it, so I'd really have to kick it into gear because it should be 50 images, so I probably can't finish it next year. It'll probably be like a 2022 type thing. And I may try to get that spiral bound somewhere. It's just made it a lot easier to color in the Chibi Girls one like that, and the reason I got that spiral bound was because it was falling apart, actually. Maybe because it colored so much in it, I don't know. It just started falling apart. It wasn't bound very well to begin with, I think. Because I've colored a lot of pages in other Amazon printed books and they haven't fell apart. So I think it was just that one wasn't bound very well at the factory. Okay, let me find a blue that's going to go with this gold for the presents. I think this one will look nice. If you hear something falling, that was my gel pens. Be okay. That'll be alright. Okay, so those are just some of my goals for next year. I'm excited to do this color along as well. I think the color along that she has set up is realistic. Goal to complete this book the way she wants it to be completed is realistic, so I think it'll be nice to do that. I think it'll be really fun. Since my class is 8 weeks, it'll be February to January. I'll be a little busy with the classes, but I do intend to focus on that color along specifically those first few months because I want to get that one done. I really do think it would be fun to participate in, fun to finish, and it would look nice as a finished book. So you may not see too many pages or too many videos from me middle of January into February until I kind of get settled in. The second half of the semester is a lot lighter of a workload. For whatever reason, she gave us the heavy workload at the first half, and I think that I have an appreciation for art class at the second half of the semester, and that's it. Well, I have my biology class, but that will be easy for me. So you'll see more videos start to pop up then. And I don't do summer courses. I could if I wanted to, but the way the summer courses work is that they take what would be usually a 16-week course and condense it down into 4 weeks. And that's a lot of work in 4 weeks. I mean, it's a way to kind of get your work done really, really fast and get to your degree really, really fast. But for me, it's just way too much work in a short amount of time. I do need that work spread out over the 16 weeks, for me to be able to do it. A lot of people opt for the summer classes for that reason. They can get a course done really quick, move on to graduating faster, but I just can't do it. I'm taking my time, getting things done, and I'm good with that. I've made the dean's list every semester so far, so I'm happy. I'm proud of myself. I'm just taking my time and doing my thing. Some people that I went to high school with, a couple of them have graduated already with their degrees, but they did a lot of summer and winter courses to, do things faster, and I just can't put myself through that amount of work. I had to go to the doctor earlier this month, and I'm not getting a doctorate or anything. I'm not becoming a doctor. That's a lot of work. But she was talking to me too. She said I looked tired, and I told her, well, it was finals week, I was busy with that. And she told me she dreaded that when she was in nursing school. She can remember that. And she was talking about, she said, I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult doing college is. It's a lot of work all the time. It's just work, work, work. You go home, you work, you eat dinner, you work. Especially for a doctor's degree. I am getting a bachelor's in biology, so it's not as complicated, but it still is a lot of work, and I really agree with what she said. It is pretty difficult, and this year has made it even more difficult. Classes that I would have liked to have taken in person, I did online, because I didn't want to physically attend class. I didn't want to risk getting sick. So, I really struggled with, my statistics class. But the courses have to be completed in a certain order. The way it works to be able to progress to other courses. Like, I had to, even though there's probably going to be little to no statistics work in this biology course that I'm doing, I still had to do a statistics class before I could do the biology class. But to do the statistics class, I had to do college algebra. But to do college algebra, I had to do introductory algebra. If that makes sense, you kind of just slowly work your way up a ladder. So I didn't have a lot of choice in, oh, I'll just wait to take this class in person. I needed to take it now, and it just happened to be at a very wrong time. So, you know, that's just how that worked out, and I would have preferred to do that in person. It's been hard to do some things online. For the most part, I was used to doing them online because that's how I have been doing a lot of my classes to begin with. For the introductory classes, you know, like, I had to take an introduction to college writing, I had to take a basic history class, I had to take a humanities class. I did all those online because they're like the basic kind of easy classes, even though they are a lot of work. You know, you have a heavy workload. They are easy enough that I didn't need in-person instruction to understand them. This, like, you know, I think I needed that for the statistics. Okay, so let's do the windows and the door. And I pop my knuckles in it. That is a bad habit that I have. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what color to do inside the windows. I might do a darker green because this is like a little fairy house. So we've got some kind of critter living in here. I think it would be darker green on the inside, like a darker pine tree color. Oh, okay, here's a question for you. Do you put up real Christmas trees? Like, you know, real pine trees, or do you put up artificial ones? We have always done artificial, because, you know, we can just put it in storage and get it out next year. And of course, the little tiny one that we have is artificial. We've never done a real pine tree. I know that those are messy and they shed their pine needles, and sometimes people bring them in and then they get bugs in their house because it's pretty common. I guess praying mantises like to lay their eggs on pine trees. This is just a common one that I see on the internet, and people wake up and there's a bunch of little tiny praying mantises all over their Christmas tree. So we've just always opted for the fake ones, which they can be expensive, but I guess in the long run, the real trees would add up over time and it probably evens out. Never had a real one. I do live near what used to be a Christmas tree farm, though. There's actually some pine trees still growing out there. And it's pretty obvious that it used to be a Christmas tree farm because they all grow like in a little nice perfect row. I don't know if the person who was running the farm passed away, or if they just moved away, or maybe they just didn't want to run it anymore, but it's still left sitting there like perfectly intact. And I guess if you wanted to pick it up, if you're the owner of the land now, you could sell the Christmas trees. But yeah, we've never had a real one. Just the fake ones, and we like to get the fake ones that are frosted, where it looks like they have snow on them. I guess because we all kind of want a white Christmas, but we've never had one. At least not that I can remember. If we had a white Christmas, I would have had to have been very, very young. I don't remember it. I know I said in an earlier video that I kind of wanted snow this winter because I think that Finn would enjoy it very much. Being a dog from Norway, which is a very cold region, I think he would have a blast in the snow. I got some sad news. The weather kind of gave us an update and said that we were going to have a warmer than average January through February, so that means we probably wouldn't be having any snow. So that was kind of some sad news for me. Probably good news to a lot of people who would have to otherwise get out in it and, you know, drive to work and everything. But it was a little sad for me. I would like to get snow at least once for my dog to play in. Not so much myself, just my dog. Just because I think he would really, really love it. I do remember one year that we didn't get snow, but we got an ice storm. And we were without power for 2 weeks. I can't remember if I talked about that in my previous video. It was no snow at all. It was purely just ice. And we were without power for 2 weeks because there was so much ice that came down all at once that most of the power lines around here fell. You know, they like went down. So that was a fun year. I can remember that very well. I was young. I think I may have been 7 or 8. That's my only memory of, like, and it wasn't Christmas time either. That was like sometime in January, and after Christmas had passed. That's my only memory really of there being a lot of white stuff on the ground. It wasn't snow, it was ice, but that's my only memory of anything like that. You know, I can never remember building a snowman or anything because I don't think we've just ever had enough snow. I mean, I live in Missouri. I know it can snow a lot here if it wanted to. It just never has. I think years ago, I think my mom talked about growing up one year and that it had snowed on Easter. But, you know, planet's getting warmer, all that sad stuff. Don't get any snow anymore down here. It has gotten really cold, and actually, it's not that cold out right now. I say it's cold, but today it was like 52 out. Yesterday it reached 63. The week before that it was in the 30s, and when the weather does that, it usually bothers people's sinuses. I don't have sinus problems from it. It hurts my joints. I think it's from my disorder. It bothers my joints really bad. And the weather's about to flip-flop again, because today it is a Tuesday, and I said it was 52 out. Let me check how cold it is out right now. It's nighttime when I film always, so I know the temperature's dropped a little bit. It's 45, so not a big drop. But on Wednesday, it's going to be 55, and then Wednesday night it drops down to 17. And then it kind of stays in the 30s again for the rest of the week, and that's really cold, and that's a really sudden drop for me. So hopefully I'll even feel up to doing anything on Christmas, you know, when it drops like that fast. It just bothers me a lot. Okay, there we go. I think that's a nice color for the inside. And I wish if it would be that cold out that we would, you know, at least get some snow or something out of it, but nope. Gotta go outside, though, and make sure that all the animals are doing okay. They do have a shelter, the donkeys and the ponies do, that they can get into. And they'll get in it sometimes, usually at night. They're not too bothered by the cold. They're usually laying out in the sun on days like that. But the main thing is that you have to go outside, especially if it's in the 30s or below at night. Their water freezes over. So you have to go out in the cold, whether you want to or not, to break up their water. So I'll have to be doing that some. Alright, we're almost ready to do the ornaments. I don't know if I want to do the star on top in glitter too or not. Well, I'm going to leave that for now. And we'll see how much glitter there is after I do the ornaments. Let me get these rocks down here and then the snow, and then we'll do the glitter. Oop, is this marker going to die on me? No. Okay, I think it'll be alright. I did this year want to take pictures with my donkeys with little reindeer antlers on to make a Christmas card, but I just never got around to it. Like I said, it's been too crowded anywhere, and I don't want to get out in a crowd like that for a main reason that we all know, but also just because I have anxiety around people, especially a large crowd of people. Okay, so let's see. I like a certain green-gray to do snow. Let me see if it's this one. That's too dark. I think it might be Green Gray 01. And I have a lot of colors here, so it's going to take me a minute to find it. After this video, though, I do have to go feed my possum. I put some lights on him because I know he's been getting chilly at night, and they like it to be kind of 70 degrees, and it's a little cold out for that. He's going to have eggs tonight because I like protein. And yes, I do have to make him dinner. He is a tiny thing, but he does eat a whole egg. And for whatever reason, he'll only eat them scrambled. I'm not going to feed him raw eggs. I could, technically, but it's just a mess. He gets egg yolk everywhere, all over himself, all over the bedding, and I have to change all of it, and, you know, just too messy. So I cook the eggs, and I've tried to give him hard-boiled eggs before, but that's a no. I don't know why. They're just a no for him. Thankfully, Bucky's not so picky, and he will eat whatever I give him. Speaking of Bucky, he's doing good. But he has went into brumation, and remember that that is reptile hibernation. I tried to feed him a couple weeks ago, and he had nothing to do with it. So that tells me that he is hibernating. He's been sleeping a lot. He just lays around and sleeps. Pretty much all the reptiles have gone into it. So if you're wondering why Bucky doesn't get a Christmas gift, it is because he sleeps through Christmas. And, well, I mean, he's a lizard, so, you know, I would get him, like, food, and he's not going to eat it right now because he's too busy sleeping. So that's why he doesn't get Christmas gifts. I've seen a few people, PetSmart was selling little Christmas hats that you could put on little animals like that, like little guinea pigs and lizards. And I've seen a few people post cute pictures. And I know Bucky, and he's not going to let me put a hat on him. I've tried to put little birthday hats on him before for his birthday, and he doesn't like that. He won't sit still and leave it on his head. He'll try to get it off. So no cute Christmas pictures with any of the animals this year. I did plan on doing it, but like I said, I never got around to it. Let's do a little bit on the ground down here too, because I'm assuming that these speckles down here are meant to be snow as well. And then we can get on to the glitter. Okay. Alright, so I have this old trusted set of Sparkle Pop pins, and I kind of need some new ones because a lot of the colors hardly have anything left in them, but some of them do for sure. So let's get out these here. These are like two-toned, and so these, all three of these show up as blue, but in a certain light. This one shows up as green, and this one shows up as purple. So I'm going to leave them out because without it being in a certain light, they're just going to be blue. And this black one is red, so that's why I've got that one out. Alright, let's just start up here and just pick up a color and do an ornament. I'm very bad at setting my hand in these and then smearing it everywhere. You'll see that occasionally on a few of the pages I show that I had smeared glitter everywhere. And important note, if you use these pens, let the picture dry for a minute or two before you close the page, because closing the page on the wet glitter pen will smear the glitter. I don't think I'm going to use any Posca paint on this. I think it looks good without it. And I don't know what I put the Posca paint on. I usually use the white for like highlights, but I don't know what I would put it on. I did see an article that those little vintage, little tiny like ceramic light up Christmas trees were gaining popularity. And I wonder if any of you have those as decorations. I never did. When I was a little kid, my mom and I did do a Christmas village. You know, the nice little cute Christmas houses. We had like a train station. I can remember that because the train station was like the big centerpiece for our Christmas village. And we had the train and like all the people. And I can remember that we had like a bank, and we had like a whole town. We had houses, some of them lit up on the inside. I would love to continue to do that, I think. But I'm pretty sure my mom got rid of all her Christmas village stuff a few years ago, because I saw some recently at Menards. And I just think they're cute, but like I don't have anywhere to put that right now. I have no idea where I'd put it. You know, ours was so big that it took up an entire counter in the kitchen every Christmas. And I don't have the space for something like that right now. But I think they're cute. And speaking of Christmas villages, I did see a Halloween village too one year, and I think that would be fun as well. But like I said, I just don't have anywhere to put that right now. Even though I do think they're fun to put up and fun to set up. And I can remember like we had just all kinds of pieces. You know, we even had like a whole forest that went beside our Christmas village because we had so many little pine trees, and we would put kids in the forest sledding and stuff. We had little animals. I don't know, we had a really big setup. But yeah, I think she, you know, ended up getting rid of it. I can't recall why. I think she might have just got tired of putting it up, especially as I got older and moved out. But I would like to put together my own Christmas village, you know, slowly start collecting the pieces, and maybe to when we move somewhere where I could have it set up. That might be an idea. So surely that stuff will go on sale after Christmas. It's always after the holiday that's kind of the best part, because everything is on sale and half off. Let's see, I'm gonna do the stars in orange because I have so little gold left. I think you can see this tiny piece right here is all I have left of the gold. And if I do the star on top, I do want it to be in gold. So I'm going to continue to do this star here in orange. I think that'll work really good. And you may hear the door opening and closing because the dog welcomes himself up here as he pleases. It's just like a sliding door, so he just has to push it to come up here. That's okay though, he's welcome up here. I'm excited to give him his gift. I did get him a gift early. He has this little raggedy banana that he really likes. I got it at PetSmart. It's another crinkly toy. And every few years, for Christmas, PetSmart's put out this giant banana toy, but I didn't want to pay the price that they had on it. And it was on sale for $5 that day, so I bought it. And I couldn't fit it in his stuffing, I couldn't stuff it in his stocking because it's so big. So I just gave it to him early, and he's been playing with it a lot. Yeah, you can see on camera that kind of looks black, doesn't it? Yeah. But in my light that's right overhead, it looks more red to me. So, it looks alright. It's okay if you have black ornaments up on your tree. I've seen all kinds of different Christmas trees. Ours is just silver and blue. Those are the colors that we went with. I've seen some people that have like rainbow Christmas trees. Like the tree itself is a plastic tree and each section of the tree is a different color, and they do ornaments that correspond to that color. My mom puts up a tree that the garland is like burlap, and it's very modest, and she has a lot of brown and gray and white colored ornaments, and I think it looks good. I think it's a pretty type of tree to put up. Our neighbors do just a huge tree that, you know, has all kinds of random ornaments on it. Ornaments that, you know, they made as kids and everything. They have the pickle ornament. I know people do that. I wanted a frog ornament very badly to go on our tree, but Hobby Lobby was out, so I didn't get the frog ornament. I did get an ornament for Finn. So yeah, I think our tree's looking fine. You know, you can do the ornaments whatever color. That's what I was getting at there. I've seen so many Christmas trees with so many different colors, and I have seen a black and white Christmas tree, actually. I've seen pictures on Facebook that someone set up theirs in black and white. It turned out good, in my opinion. Let's do the blue and red on this one here, and we'll do this one down here in pink. Because I don't have too many colors of glitter gel pens. I think that Pentel came out with like a 3-pack of new colors. And I don't think they're called Sparkle Pop anymore, but I know they're the same thing as the Sparkle Pop pens. And I need to pick that up and get that. I think that there's a green that's actually just green, not blue and green. And I think that there might be another purple in there. I don't know, or maybe it's a yellow. In any case, you know, we could make our tree a little bit more colorful if we had those, but it's alright. It's all good. Our tree's gonna look fine. Not too much of a mess. I'm picky when we decorate the tree. I want the ornaments to go in certain places. Well, because, you know, like parts of the tree are a little barren, and I think that, you know, the ornament should go there to fill it in. Okay, I realized that I need to do the, I don't know what you want to call that, the part where the ornament hangs. I need to do that really quickly. It's always a pain when you buy new ornaments to string them up, especially when they just come with the really thin little string. It's always a pain trying to tie that around the ornaments. I like Doug because I'm not good at tying knots. Okay, so I think I'm going to do, yeah, the bottom of this also in this color. And then we'll see if I get enough gold. I do have another pack of Sparkle Pop pins that is unopened. I've been trying to use down everything in the first pack before I open it. But if I have to break out the gold from that pack to do the star, then I will. I'll go ahead and just do it if I need to. Because I think I do want the star to be glittery as well. Might as well. We've already put so much glitter on it, I mean, it can't hurt, right? I don't know if there's a thing that's too much glitter or not. Okay, so let's do the blue. And thankfully, I don't think I have set my hand in any glitter this time, which is great because I've used so much of it in this picture. See, like right here in the light, this one is very, very red, especially the way the light is going diagonal. Ooh, and actually on camera, it looks a little red to me as well, whereas this one still looks kind of black. So you can see how these work and how they're two-tone. So I think that looks good. Okay, let me get those little, I don't know what you want to call it, the little metal part where it hangs. Let me do those really quickly. I'm going to have to kind of lean forward to make sure I'm not setting my hand in glitter. I'm just going to have to roughly color them because I know I've gotten a little bit of glitter on them and the marker doesn't want to go over that. Oh boy, okay, this one's going to be tricky here. Hopefully it's dry enough that it's not going to get everywhere. Okay, I think we're good. I think it's dry enough. Well, I'm going to have to chunk this marker soon. I'm really having to kind of put pressure on it to get the color out. I've just used it a lot. And this is an old set of Cali markers, so I'm not surprised. I think it's a year or two old. I've already had to get rid of a few colors from it because as far as I know, they don't offer refills. I think you just have to buy the whole pen again. Okay, now let's do our star on the top. I'm going to turn the page so that I can get to the star without having to set my hand on everything. So the page is going to be turned a little bit for now. Won't be for long. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, you can see that the gold is a little scratchy because it's running out. I've used it so much. I like putting the gold glitter accents on things, especially when I'm coloring a picture and someone's wearing jewelry. I'll always go for the gold or silver usually. Or I've done a couple pictures too where there was like a bunch of coins in the picture. I think I did one that was a pirate. And then of course I did that in gold too. I just think the shimmeriness looks good. And I do it for candles as well. I have a bad habit of doing that. I'm not good enough with like shading and stuff to make the candle look like it's actually lit. I know some people can do that. So I just cheat and use the glitter. And when you shine it in the light, it kind of looks like the candle's lit, you know. That's a little hack for you. It's a little cheat that I use. Yeah, this is a little scratchy, but I think the gold pen's gonna make it for this picture. It's not got so much left in it, and this may be the last picture that it ever gets to do, but I think it's gonna make it for us. It's a little scratchy, but it's not too bad, you know. It looks fine on camera, but up close you can tell that it's scratchy and leaving white patches, and you can't go over it too much because the glitter is rough and it just doesn't work going over it. Okay, there we go. I think that looks nice. Get everything in the frame. Alright, and I put up my pins. This was a good one. This was a fun one to do. I made my sticky tab on the page. You can see some of my sticky tabs already to show you that I've done some pages in this book already. But this is a fun one, I think. This is a really nice one because of all the glitter. Here, let me get my pins up like I said, and then I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see the sparkliness of it. And then after that, I gotta go cook for my possum. There we go. Now you can see how all the ornaments are shimmering. Yeah, I think this turned out really good. This was a fun color and chat. Hopefully I'll have another one out before it turns to 2021, because I may not have too many out in the first half of 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this color and chat.